There you go.
Is that it? We're live?
Just
Tonight
so
on Reaper
anticlimactic.
Live. Yeah, there you go. Stepping on me again. Tonight on Reaper Live, we are live.
Yes, we are. And the ugly truth.
Yeah, for our second show tonight on Reaper Live. All right. Welcome to Reaper Live. I'm Ron Hawkins, art director here at Reaper.
Ed Pugh, president here at Reaper.
And welcome to Reaper Live, the show where we blend painting, gaming, and geek culture all together for your viewing pleasure.
On the leap year of 2019.
No, I think you got something wrong there. I think you got something wrong. Right off the bat, I want to say hello to Scolvari. If you can start a show with the Bugs Bunny reference, dude.
Win. Oh, man,
great,
go
my
for
boy.
it. Yeah.
Overture, curtains, lights. This is it, the height of heights, and oh, what heights will hit. On with the show. This is it.
There you go.
See, that can't.
You
make
need
it
an
to a
agent.
bleeper.
That's what you need.
I need an
agent.
agent. Yeah. See, because I'm a professional. Not really. Neither one of us are professionals. Thanks for the Bugs Bunny reference. I'll never do that again. So hopefully.
It's on the internet, dude. You're gonna live with this the rest of your life.
Forever.
We're gonna probably play this
Sorry.
one at your funeral.
So what's going on?
A lot.
You
Busy.
You been busy?
Busy buried.
What you been doing?
I've been out of town. I had to go deal with a vendor that builds machines for us, the paint machines and stuff. So I've been in Salt Lake City. Great place, snow on the ground. Snow in the mountains all over the place.
Yeah.
And we sort of came in on the tail of it, and we're leaving right before it, so it worked out
This
real
is
well.
Trench Works you're talking about.
Yeah, Trench Works.
Our good friends at Trench Works,
yeah.
who, like you said, they do parts for us for our machinery.
They build machines. They do 3D prints for us when we need them. They have a phenomenal tank line. If you're
Yeah,
in World War
resin-
II tanks,
resin
theirs
World War
are
II
the state of the art. They are just, it's an incredible place. They do work for companies all around the world. It's an amazing, amazing place.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, they do some of our digital printing for us, 3D printing for us, and it's just top-notch stuff.
And I took pictures of stuff. I thought, man, this stuff is cool. I was like in an office just snooping around, saw this really cool stuff. Thought, wow, and I started taking pictures of it. And then I saw it said Reaper on there, so I told yeah. So I told Ron, you finally got it, and he did some decent stuff.
Yeah, finally. So, and Dave and Paul from Trench Works.
And Gina,
thanks.
everybody.
I've only met Dave and Paul.
Oh.
And Paul's a great dancer.
Gina runs the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
she's the boss.
that makes sense. So
Anyway, hi guys.
yeah,
if you're
hi, guys.
watching.
Thanks for everything. Anything else going on? Nothing. Just kind of hanging out.
No, we just got there's so much stuff around here to try and get done. The Kickstarter's gonna be coming up. We've got internet's been buried. We're doing that. I'm gonna be at the Gamma show, not this next week, but the week after that in Reno. So we've got that show. Right after that, I'm back for I guess a week, and then there's Chicago for Adepticon. We'll be there for that.
Reaper will be at Adepticon.
So it's just been running. It's absolutely for me. I mean, it's just been running.
Yeah, it's been quite busy. Do you want to jump into the promotional model for March, or you want to start with something?
Well, it doesn't
else?
matter. We can start here with that.
All right, yeah. So we get asked a lot, and you know what? I know if you've watched, if you're one of the 3 people who watch the show, we always get the question, terrain. Are you going to do more terrain, or do you have terrain? And yes, we hear you, and yeah, I think in the future we are going to do more terrain.
There'll be a lot of terrain.
Real quick, we're just going to take a look at some of the terrain that we've got coming up in Bones 4. All right, this is the Tree of Despair. It doesn't have the victims, which are really cool.
Right. Well, and it's an interchangeable victim too, right?
Yeah, you can get a male victim or a female victim because Reaper Opportunity, say this around here. And it doesn't have the little vultures you can glue on to.
Right, to add to the top around it. Yes.
So it's just the tree, which is a great piece of terrain for a graveyard or whatever you want to do. Really cool though.
Yeah.
Bobby Jackson sculpted this.
Yes.
Let's see.
We've also got
other terrain.
Well,
things.
as Polk Diggity pointed out, yes, the great gazebo. And
yes, gazebo. We had to do a gazebo.
Yes.
And Chris Lewis sculpted this, and you can't really tell from this, but I'll put it like that. Chris Lewis did this, and he was like, "What about a gazebo?" And so we looked at gazebos online. We're like, "They just look like gazebos."
Yeah.
And we didn't know if just a plain modern gazebo would sell. So I said, "Let's do an elven gazebo." So Chris went and did all this design work. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, when you see it in person, he did this intricate knot work and really did an amazing job on it. It looks really cool.
It is.
And it can still eat you, I guess, if that's what you want to do. So, but that's the gazebo by Chris Lewis.
And the inspiration. Does somebody in the crowd watching know the inspiration of the gazebo?
If you don't know the inspiration behind the gazebo, then You've been under a rock for the last 20 years. But I'm sure there are people out there who
Well, you'll have to look
Don't
it up.
get
It's
it.
all over the internet. Yes, we'll just leave it to y'all to go
Knights
look
at the
for it.
dinner table,
Yes.
gazebo.
Well, you can do that. Yeah, do that. Search
Do
it.
that.
It's absolutely probably one of the best
It's funny.
strips. We had that faxed to us that day, and it was just insane. We just went around the shop. It just brought the shop to standstill for 30 minutes.
Faxed.
So, yeah. I know faxed.
It's faxed
Yeah.
to us.
Back in 1893.
Right.
Yeah.
So that tells you it was a while back.
So we have that. We have some more of the castle. This is designed to go. Was this the Rodolphe? It goes with the Dragons Don't Share
Right,
castle
yeah.
ruins.
So Bob designed it to sort of work in conjunction with the castle from Dragons Don't Share.
Yeah.
This
To
is the
expand it.
Fantasy Scenics from Bones 4. And you can take it, if you take the Dragons Don't Share castle from Bones 2, because it's been so long.
Bones, yeah, one
Yeah,
or two.
we're getting old.
Yeah.
But it will fit in, it will work well with that. It doesn't
Yeah.
lock in or anything, but it does.
But the style, the sculpting style, the
Yeah.
rock texture, everything else, it just fits right
Exactly,
in.
yeah.
And
It fits right in. These are the pillars from Gene Van Horn did these. These are the pillars and the plinths from the Amazon and Spartan option from Bones 4. These are going to be in Bones Black when you get these with your fulfillment package. But these are both great for, oh my gosh. I mean,
just about everything under
yeah,
the
you
sun.
can put anything on there and all of a sudden it looks super cool. Look, it's a snake statue.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Look, it's a,
Keep going.
okay, it's a dwarf statue. Right? Yeah, hey, cool, dwarf statue.
Out of the Lord of the Rings game, online, yes.
Yeah, it's really cool. What?
Nothing.
Okay, all right. So,
No reference. So,
cool terrain, yeah. And so here's another thing here. This is another thing that Bob Rodolphe sculpted. Again, kind of fits in with the Dragons Don't Share stuff. And these are optional. You just glue in or not. It's
yeah,
up to you.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and there's also a little well, which we don't have here, but there's a well with a little shrouded wraith figure that goes in the center of it, which looks really cool. You know, that's the good thing about some of this stuff.
So
It's
terrain, and we are going to continue, because
Yeah.
we keep, that's really an often asked question.
We've got plans
Yeah.
right now. We're working on some stuff for some more terrain type features. You kind of, all right, we'll peel back the curtain just a little bit. Bobby Jackson is working on something called Troll Encounter, which is a bridge and a troll and another little character type, but for a future project, let's just put it that way. And it's going to be pretty cool.
It's yes, it's going to look badass. It will be.
Bobby, it better look badass.
But you know why?
So there's more.
Do you know why we had to do leap year? Okay, because the new figure of the month is going to be coming out. This would have delayed it a day to let more people get in. And you know what that figure is because you designed it. But has anybody else? They've seen the picture, I guess, but they haven't seen the actual figure.
No, well they've seen they've
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Okay,
here you go.
all
There's
right, we're
that.
just going to jump right into it.
Let's do it.
It's
Here's
the-
this. Here you go. That's in the
Okay,
packaging.
This is the Bones Black figure for March 2019. This is
Yeah.
the Ifriti, I'm sorry.
And to help people see it, we shot some
Yeah, because it's hard to see in black.
light white primer on there, just a quick dust, nothing really heavy, just so that you could get some more contrast. We'll let that one go around.
Not for painting, just for yeah. Because you don't have to prime your Bones models.
Correct.
See how it all works together.
We also have this one too. This is one I did a quick just to show a little bit more detail. That was all. So
Okay. So now we went ahead and put up the painted models up on Facebook, and we tweeted it out tonight.
yes, and it goes live when?
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Friday, March 1st. And if you go to reaperlive.com, there are, in the preview gallery, there are pictures of the painted model up as well. So, but starting tomorrow, or starting tonight at midnight, 12:01 a.m., this is the free model for March.
And it's incredible. It is really.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty cool. So look at Rhonda Bender's version online that's been painted. Go look at our Facebook pages, or go look at Twitter.
Less gaps and seams. Oh boy. Yes, very much so. As you can see yourself.
This one was cleverly designed and cut so that wherever the seams are, it's hidden by a piece of armor or something like that. So yeah, the issues we had with the February piece, you're not going to see with this. Pretty cool model.
Yes.
I'm very
good.
happy with it. So get your free Ifriti online starting at midnight tonight. So cool. All
Yes.
right. Any questions online? We're gonna. I'm blind as a bat. I can't.
They're
see.
going to go make an order now, and that's good enough. That's a great start.
Let's see what Midnight Rider has to say. What do you got there, Midnight Rider?
Definitely not the Midnight Rider.
That's not what it sounds like to me.
I'm not using the sultry tone yet.
Okay.
Let's see here. We do have some questions.
Okay.
Well, actually, let's look at Hulk Diggity's most recent one.
Okay.
He wants to know if we can tease any of the possible classes at ReaperCon 2019? Apparently
Yeah.
they had an awesome time.
It's a great question, but I don't know if we can actually tease any of the new classes. I know that what you will see at ReaperCon 2019, there are classes that tend to be perennial classes that people want.
You'll
to
always
take.
see. Yes,
You're always going to see those.
Proctor and yes.
Yeah, Michael Proctor's Shaded Metallics is a perennial class. Rhonda Bender's classes, the things she teaches. We do like to introduce new topics every year, but we don't have a list of those yet. But you'll see the perennial classes, and with new teachers and new instructors, you're going to see some new wrinkles in these things. And even if you took if you do take a class, a Shaded Metallics class from Proctor, it may be different than the class on Shaded Metallics from Bryce Kokener, for example. So even though they may be the same topic, they're going to approach them probably different ways. But unfortunately, we don't have specifics of the different classes for 2019 yet. But we are working on that right now. We're buried. We got a few things to work on. So, but thanks for the question though.
Now,
Are we going to give? Who was that?
That was Hulk Diggity.
Hulk Diggity.
Yeah.
Is Hulk Diggity going to get a prize tonight for asking his question?
Oh,
I
that's
don't know,
not
you guys
my
got
call.
some cool stuff over there you want to show off that you think
Possibly.
we can give away?
Yeah, this kind of ties into one of the questions we have.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom. A question from Rick Hewitt. I'm going to put my spectacles on. You want to read it?
Yes.
Okay.
Love the show. I had a question regarding swag. Back in the day, you used to have a swag program. Any chance that you'll make a comeback? My old Reaper T-shirts are getting a little worn. Yes.
Yep.
So
Thank
you
very much,
have
Bear.
on the surface, no. We will. I'm sure we will readdress it again someday. A lot of what drove that swag program back then was the Warlord game. Currently, we're not pushing a game, so that's not there. It'll probably come back in that kind of a form. Currently, though, our swag is more in the form of if you place an order.
Right.
Yes.
So, and with this isn't implemented yet, but we're
Right.
on the cusp. So I would think that hopefully this month in March we'll be able to start implementing this. So that, for example, can you see this, Justin? What does it say? Turn it like this. It says, "Rock out with Reaper." These are earbuds.
Yes.
So at a certain dollar order, we're just gonna throw these in your order.
And they'll come in red or black.
Red or
It's got them
black.
in both.
Yeah, red or black.
And these are just freebies we'll
They're
start
just
putting
free
in
things,
there.
just cool stuff. Just
Yeah.
just to give away, just fun stuff, And so, and then if you make a large order, you'll get, Reaper Live mouse pad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a Reaper Live mouse pad.
Yeah.
Oops, can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So Reaper Live mouse pad. We also have regular Reaper mouse pads. We have cups. We have decals.
Of course, and we're always putting paint in there, bottle set paint samples.
Paint samples.
Yeah.
The figure of the month.
So that's really, in the end, that's more of the swag program we've already got, because there's already a bunch of things that periodically go through there. But in addition to that, we're starting to add more.
T-shirts aren't exactly on the menu just yet.
No. We're not in the T-shirt
we're not a
business, and
t-shirt
that's what
company.
makes it hard. Is the space, the time, it's not us yet. We'll apply some resources to that, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah, T-shirts are just with sizing, it's a mess. So, but yeah, we've got mugs. We've got we could do hats at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The mouse pads, the decals, the keychains,
And it's really going to be
earbuds.
driven more on just how the size of the order. The size of the order predicates a bigger box. A bigger box means we'll just throw more stuff in.
More stuff.
Yeah.
So, but we'll be releasing the details of that here in
Yeah.
a few weeks for that kind of stuff. So, all right, what else we got?
Polith 1984, I think it's Polith, actually wants to know if there's a possibility that we get any Bones Black models unassembled. Like if they get them unassembled.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, because the Bones Black models so far have all been assembled models. I mean,
Right.
Albert his base was not assembled. The Rock Troll, his base wasn't on. The Ifrit, you're going to get her assembled.
As a symbol, as you see, yeah.
Now, I don't know. I don't know yet. I know that, for example, when this model comes out in distribution, when it becomes a regular ongoing model, it's going to be in pieces. But the promotional model is fully assembled.
It's really it'll just depend. There's a lot of factors that go into that
It's kind of
question.
complicated, yeah.
A lot of painters don't fancy themselves modelers. They just want to open the pack, prime it, not prime it, whatever, start painting and having fun. Then there are also people that really like, I want to do the building, I want to do the joints, I might want to repose and that kind of stuff. And that works. And the balance between the two is really, because for us, when the merchandising side, we've got blisters like that big demon with the 2 big horns. Well, he's all in pieces. But when we put him in a blister, it just is a big pile of stuff at the bottom.
Parts.
You know, and it doesn't really let you to know. So that's sort of an issue for us. We would like the people to see the assembled model. It saves all sorts of problems. So I think it's going to be more on a case by case and as we grow, especially with the Bones Black, because it's not currently, as I understand it, what they're doing is a hot room and a cold room for an A part and a B part, and they put them together. They go back to room temperature. They don't open back up. So that doesn't necessarily lend for us to just get a bunch of parts, but I've just only heard that in some of the conversations with them. So we haven't gone in, but I've seen glue joints. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But it sort of makes it a little bit hard.
It is kind of a complicated question that yeah, because you want to show it, like you said, assembled to show the customer what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if because miniaturists, the history of miniatures, you've always kind of had to assemble your models. It's just kind of one of the things we do.
Yeah, it's a modeling
hobbyists.
aspect. Yeah,
it really is. But as we've gone on, the miniatures hobby has turned into kind of a there's my miniature. It's assembled. It's ready to go. So it's just kind of one of these things we're just sort of.
And we do all sorts of tests. I know at the shows, we'll take one like that demon pack, and we'll have it out. Everybody can see it. It's on the table. Everybody see it. And sales and people sort of pick it up, and they always, when they pick it up, they shake it. Like trying to make some sense out of all the parts. And then we'll put one together, put it next to it. Oh my God! Then they're all gone.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
an ongoing debate that's been going on.
It's a really great question, but it is not one that's easily answerable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so.
Sketchbook LP actually has a question too.
Yeah.
It was a ways back there. They kind of had a specific question on whether or not they can request a troll with a tail, similar to the turn of the 20th century artwork.
What?
Is there
I just looking like I'm talking to somebody else but me. I there are no plans to do a troll with a tail at the moment. How about this segue? You want to see some new trolls? Here's some new trolls. They don't have tails. They don't have tails. Sorry.
But they are neutral and they're cool.
They are new. Now this troll, for example, this is one of the trolls by Jason Weeby from Bones 4. This was in the trolls option. That's one of the more trolls that you get. But if you ever played role-playing games, then a lot of times when you go into an enemy encounter, there's going to be multiple trolls. And I thought, it'd be cool to have multiple trolls. I know, for example, in the Hall of the Fire Giant King, if you go down into the dungeon, there's a room with like 36 trolls in there. You need 36 trolls, and you don't want them all doing the same thing. So
right, they're not doing a choreography.
Right,
dance.
it's not a con
Michael
line.
Jackson video.
So I asked Jason. I said, Jason, can you do some more trolls that are in different poses? I mean, it's obviously the same dude, but a DM's going to need multiple monsters of kind of the same type. And then we also have this more of a kind of a character type. He's kind of he's got a pot on his head for a helmet.
Boss, yeah,
he's cool. And then you have another guy, which is a dude with kind of a makeshift pole axe.
The guy in charge always gets the shield and the helmet.
So I kind of like the unarmored, unweaponed trolls for pure RPG purposes. The leader types are really cool. So they don't have tails. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think we have plans for trolls without tails or with tails. So, but we do have new trolls coming at some point. So.
Scavari had. I need some water. Do we have any?
I don't. Yeah, right there.
Oh,
right there.
Anyway, Scavari addressed a question I'd asked before about the colors, and apparently I answered it or misunderstood what he was talking about. The single pigment paints, and then he also not like the tube paints. Yeah, I saw that what Scale 75 did. That was interesting. There's more clear or pure colors like you have now to allow mixing. Any plans for more of those? Yes, for the clears. That was actually a discussion. Not today, was yesterday with Ann. To get that'll definitely be. Just because they're so popular. If anybody's ever watched a James Wapple video, he just lives with the clears, kind of a thing. Yeah. So that kind of a thing will happen again. But no, to the tube paints and stuff, that's not really our bucket there. And
because all the paints that we make all the Master Series paints, we make them all here.
Correct. Yes.
Everything
Everything's
is
manufactured here.
made here.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a tube machine.
Well, but even then, it's also too sort of the concept. And this is ancient times, but back when I was doing oils and acrylics and stuff, and you got them in the pot or the tube, you were buying really an intense pigment. I mean, it's really what you're
Right?
and you mixed your colors to do what you were trying to do, and there was, if I remember, sort of a fixed swath of colors. You didn't. It's not like how we approach paint lines where we make colors for the people. So I don't. It's probably a little out of our realm right now. What
This
now?
is live TV. We can do what we want to.
Well, that's true. Oh, you're gonna get the water? That's
We can
good.
get water.
Oh, well, thanks, sir.
You bet.
See, Ron can be nice.
See, yeah, despite the rumors.
Not rumors.
So,
So anyway, just to address that, and if you need something more specific of an answer, let me know, and I'll go ask Ann. You know, that's easy enough. So
cool. Okay. All right.
Candelo. Sorry, I'm sure I butchered that.
Sorry.
Actually, his wife wants to know if we will ever make a gigantic gold dragon in the 5E style. Very specific. Yeah.
Anything's possible. What is the 5E style? I guess you mean looking like they're the art and from the 5th edition books. You never know. I mean, you know, that's we would, if we did it, we would want to do it sort of
our way.
a new
Our way.
a different way. Yeah.
I mean, and dragons, that's the fun thing about dragons. If you watch, I can't think of the show.
Dragon Slayer.
No,
Game of
with the
Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know, he defines a dragon, really is what I would call a wyvern, but it's a dragon, as well as then you look, a gold dragon can be anything you want. So the creation side of it is fun. And when we see cool stuff, well, then you also have to remember there's going to be copyright issues or trade or whatever they're doing. So we can't necessarily just go, oh, that's a cool dragon, let's make a figure of it. That's not really an option. So.
But I would like to do a gold dragon at some point, one day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and gold dragons from, you know, the world's most popular role-playing game, the style of dragons has kind of evolved over the last 30, 40 years. So.
And they have some very unique things in D&D's always done that, or WotC. Their dragon race that has no tails, you know, things like that. So, you know, it just depends. You just go. So, what would be another one?
Yeah, sorry. I know it's not the greatest answer, but.
Oh,
No
Verminthax,
problem.
Dragon Slayer, yes.
Yeah,
It is. That is an
that's
awesome dragon paladin.
Polith 1984 has another question. They said that we mentioned a while back there was going to be a new starter paint set. I assume that's the one that we teased with Rhonda.
A new Learn to Paint kit.
I assume that's the what he means. Any idea when we will be seeing those?
There's no time frame for it. I mean, we want to do it as soon as possible, but it seems like every time we try to make a move, we're buried with just the day-to-day.
Right. Our release schedules, when we start pushing the stuff out, it's usually, for us, is a general, very general rule. At the end of the year, we'll do the sit-down and waste time meetings or whatever, blow the days talking about, we need to look at this, and that's going to be fun. From that, it generates actual, not really projects, but more or less, we have to put numbers to this, that, and the other. And then from there, we don't, a lot of this stuff really until the summer, sometimes the fall or the late spring, you'll see us actually start finally rolling things out. I do know that in that sense that the Learn to Paint kits are also on schedule to get expansion color sets to the Learn to Paint kit with a card in there. So it allows you to be able to understand how to integrate those into what you're doing. More box sets and boxes. We've done the first 2 Dungeon Dweller sets. Those are phenomenal and wildly popular. So we'll be doing more of that.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as the Learn to Paint flesh kit, it's just a matter of, I mean, once it's finished, once Rhonda finishes the writing and the painting, then it'll come to us, which we'll go into the planning out the release, laying out the book, getting the graphics on for the label, and just the whole thing, and then giving 90 days notice to our distributors so they can sort of. So it's a long process.
It's quite a long process.
But it's not written yet. It's not finished. I'm not throwing Rhonda under the bus.
Right.
Rhonda, if you're watching, I love you, but I'm not throwing you under the bus. It's just not done yet.
That's not what he said last Friday.
Rhonda's busy. Have you seen Rhonda's travails on
No.
Facebook?
No. I watch her art. That's less I was scratching.
Her Facebook. Her basement's flooded.
Again, oh my God. They just finished their flooring.
So they've got to put in new flooring.
Oh.
They had to rip out their own baseboards. There's just this a mess. So she got the painted efreet to us tonight at like 4 o'clock, 4:30. I don't know what time it was, but it was like right before this. So we quickly edited it, put it in a little graphic, and put it up online. So she's been like up to here stuff to do. So she's writing it. So I don't know. So like I said, we've got the expansions. Those are ready to go. Those should be coming before the Learn to Paint kit, the flesh set. So, but we're excited about getting it out when we can.
And Scavari, and I hope I'm saying that right. I mean, he just turned up with questions. The UK website's looking great. Any news on when we will see it in the main store? Soon.
That's a great question.
And Kid, I hope you're watching.
I think.
And actually, it's getting reasonably. I can say that I would say very close. We're really close. What it's down to now is really some. All of the back end is done. It's more of the graphic, the front part is we're sorting that part out, and it's going through there. And there'll be some more changes. And the part you're seeing on the UK side is really what we're calling our open beta, because it's just running everything, and that's it. So we can hammer out the problems, see it all before we push it to the other markets. It'll go for all of them. And so anyway, that was a good one.
Yeah. So, well, like I said, we're working on it. I mean, it's close. It's so close. Just a few more things.
Yeah.
And we can
And here's one for you, Ron.
Okay.
Any update on the Pathfinder paint line?
Oh, interesting. And we did announce that a few episodes back. If at the Gamma Trade Show in March, if you're a retailer and you're going to be there, you can come by the Reaper booth and you'll see the rack. You know what? Maybe next week we should show
Let's try and get it up here. The first 54, or the 54 colors to it.
Yeah.
There's still, she's literally all day today down there formulating and working it. And it's a pretty exhaustive process to create a color to match what they wanted. Just to do it. It's not something you just
don't have an automatic.
I always tell her, it's like, oh, it's just like the Home Depot, right? You see them sit there squirting and shake it and send you home. It's not, but I give her a hard time like that.
Anne's an alchemist. She has to
Yes,
make
she
it all
is.
work.
Yes.
So the Pathfinder paint line is, the rack will be at the show. If you're a retailer and you come by the show, you can see the rack, you can see the paints. And once that's done and everything's all done and approved, we just need to get it out there. But we have this giant thing on top of us right now called Kickstarter fulfillment. So we just have to make it through this.
You know, if you just ignore it, it'll go away.
Well, I don't know what you're.
Yeah.
That's right. Once that's done, once we're out from under that, we've got a lot of open running ground.
It's running really well. For February, and obviously today's the last day of February, so we didn't do it. February was our original chosen date for fulfillment, and we're obviously not going to hit that. But I would say definitely we're counting it in the form of weeks or a month or so, not in much, we're not counting it in quarters or anything. It's really, we're wrangling over one container to get it here. That's really what the thing is. And in fact, too, in the few seconds leading up to us going live, Ron and I are having this really serious debate here, and Justin finally had to finally stop us and say, hey guys,
Yeah.
So.
There will be a Kickstarter update tomorrow with a video showing us unloading one of the containers.
Oh, is that what happened to that one? I remember that was shot.
Yeah, it got into that, yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Pathfinder paint's coming very, very soon. It's like right there.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say May, maybe?
Well, it still needs its solicitation. So you're probably going to look at a June, I would think, if we go for full solicitation.
It'll be out in May.
Okay.
So, it's coming out.
When Ron says May, that's like August.
Very soon. No, it's not. It's going to be out real quick.
We kind of have an in-depth question from Paladin65.
All right.
They kind of stated in the beginning that in previous episodes we've discussed the differences between casting metal, resin, plastics, all that nonsense, right? And basically, what actually goes into the physical process? Like what? That's the first part of the question. What's a little more information into the transferring a physical mini into essentially a cavity in the rubber mold to then.
This sounds like it would be a good video.
It would be a good video.
It's
that's a hint.
The easy answer is that we have literally rubber discs that are 9 inches or 12 inches, and they come in two parts. The green or the sprint or whatever we're going to use is a master. Is what is going to be the piece. We'll go with other masters onto a single mold, and it's the two. I'm trying to make it simple so you can visualize this. The two discs are squeezed in a steel box that's hour 10, hour 20 at around 300 degrees, a little hotter, and it stays. So it's about 1,700 psi, and it just sits there and squeezes. And it's really a vulcanization. If in the simplest way, we make tires. The difference is we don't put a lot of belting and all that, so they go away. But you squeeze it, and then when now you have that master mold with, say, 10 different models on it, you'll run it enough times to produce production models, rinse and repeat with another mold, and that's how the production molds are made when you're going to do it in metal. When you're going to do it in resin, you're going to shoot out a silicone. There's a lot of videos with this stuff online, but definitely on the silicone side. There's a lot of that. I don't know if there's that much on the rubber. But you would use silicone, and it's just a room temperature vulcanization. So you're doing the same thing, it's just you don't have to put it in the machine and cook it. That's about it. And then the steel molds, that's a whole different world. Man, thanks, Jason.
That's the first part of the question.
Oh,
that's not the whole
boy.
question.
Well, Ron, the man with the confidence, gets this.
Yeah.
I think the second part's a little easier to answer.
Okay.
They want to know basically who makes the decision to break up a mini that's being cast into multiple parts, into multiple molds essentially. So A piece, B piece, C piece. Who makes that decision?
That's
Is it
actually
handed to someone else, or is it made by the same person?
No, the sculptor doesn't do it. The sculptor will send it in, and then Ron will sit down, and if not Ron, me, or you and I together.
Here's what we do now.
Okay.
Right. So once the computers are doing so many things digitally these days.
Well, yeah.
So, for example, with a digital sculpt, we'll get a turnaround of the completed model, and then we'll look at it, we'll talk, and we'll go, well, we need to cut it here, and we'll just sort of discuss where we think, and if it's obvious, we just do it. But if it's sort of questionable, I'll bring Kevin in, because Kevin's office is right across from mine. Kevin, come here, what do you think, where we need to cut this? And then we'll make those adjustments at that time. Same thing with a green sculpt. If, thankfully, if the sculptors who are sculpting green stuff already know about,
to some extent, yeah.
how to cut the
what to cut it
models.
apart.
And so
There's usually some obvious ones, but they lack some of the nuances, like Goth, ancient history. But with Goth, he sent it in really as one big piece, and I drew on it where I wanted him to cut it.
Yep. Took a
And
Sharpie to it. Yeah.
he did it, and he cut it there. But what he didn't do was make all the joints and how it fit, and so I had to go back in and do all of that to get it. And it's the same process. Now you just have technology on there. But
Yeah.
it's rarely one person. There's not a job here of the person who gets to cut stuff up.
If it's simple, like Bob and Julie still sculpt in green stuff. If Bob Rudolph and Julie Guthrie, they sculpt in green stuff. Todd Harris sculpts in green stuff. Ben Signs, these guys have been doing this a while. But we're talking about cutting an arm off. They kind of know. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not kind of know. They do.
This isn't,
definitely know.
Julie's they've both been
doing this
doing
for a
figures
long
for,
time.
so they realize if they're going to make that cut, we want to hide it inside of armor or something, those kind of things. So
They have all. You have to kind of have an understanding of mold making when you get into the miniature sculpting, because you don't want to constantly get your stuff back. So the sculptors generally learn, or have already learned about the process of mold making, so they know, kind of what's going to go into this and what they're going to be faced with when they sculpt their models. So they can also sort of think ahead, knowing this is going to be an issue, so I don't want to do X, Y, or Z.
and Redacted has. When can we expect the next Ed Pugh sculpt? I can't do it anymore. He won't take my stuff. So
The day after never.
yeah, the day after never.
Is that good?
Hulk Diggity actually called one of your skeletal swordsmen, or skeleton swordsman, a enchanted relic, and he actually had a question.
Oh my Lord! Please don't do that.
He actually had a question involving this too.
Uh-oh.
He wants to know if he can use
Relic
normal,
is correct.
He wants to know if he can use normal Reaper paint on this enchanted relic, or if he requires some sort of magical pigment to counter the sheer power of the sculpt.
There you go. I'll get you. We'll get him
Who
he
was
needs a
that?
prize for that question.
No, he's
That would be
banned.
Hulk Diggity.
Hulk Diggity, you're banned from Twitch. Come
Anyway,
on.
I'm really, it's very busy, and I haven't done one in years, so it would be quite a tall ladder to get up, much less getting the art director to approve it. So,
You sculpt a skeleton, we'll put it out.
actually, no. Now think about it. I did not the skeleton, the containers. I did those. I did. There's a lot of stuff I've done when it comes to the plastics and building, the dumpsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You worked on
So-
the containers. Was it the dumpster you worked on?
The latest dumpster we
Latest-
did.
the newest
did
dumpster.
that. The first container I did that.
Have we even showed that? I don't know if we showed that.
Yeah, we showed them. They used to be here last time. The episode, the big blue one.
And then Kevin did the.
Daryl did the
ammo locker.
sci-fi ammo locker, and Kevin did the first dumpster with the lift-up lids.
Okay.
And there's all sorts of stuff that little things like that. So I'm still do it, but not like that.
I try to keep him busy so he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But no skeletons in a while.
So
Madman 43056, kind of a long number. They actually have a great question. Now, they want to know if you take concept art from amateurs, aside from, I'm sure, the multiple crayon scribblings that you get from Ed weekly. Do you take anything
And
else?
I fax them to him, too.
Sure. I mean, we always look at the art that comes in. If someone sends art, we always look at all the submissions, you know?
The trick would be and this is sort of a weird twist to it, and because Ron, doing it for a lot of years, was able to finally explain it.
This is
well,
why Ed's explaining, because I've done it for so
right.
long.
So I'm going to give you my interpretation of it. Bottom line is it all made sense to me when Ron said it's really about costume design. Everybody sort of knows what an elf looks like. So is that true? Would that
Sure,
be
yeah,
the approach?
yeah. It's not so much about the drawing, the illustration aspect of it, although that is important. It's the design of the subject.
Yes.
You know,
Posing is important, like you see with the trolls. That helps. But what would have, in art, had this been done in art, the fact that we see it's got a round pot helmet with three, oh, that's cool, it's a kettle, he's done this, and things like that. It's more of that, because you have the trolls. And of course, Ron puts that input in all the time.
yeah. So now I know that we'll get art submissions. You know, art submissions at reapermedia.com is where the art submissions go. Good place for it. I'll get pictures of apples and, you know, someone's dog. And it's like, well, that's great. But if you're sending it to a miniatures company, show a miniatures
What you
design.
can do.
Show me what you can do.
And it's
So
not easy. It's really,
not
it's a
easy.
very hard job to create
Again,
and to
it's
do.
not.
Yeah.
It's not about the drawing skill. It's about the design skill. You know, it's the thought of costuming.
I can't remember his name, the one that did the first laying down Sophie, that faxed. We had a guy that for years
We told
was
this. We told this a while back. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jim
The-
Neal. We talked about Sophie, how she came out.
How's the first
Yeah,
one,
she
yeah.
came about, yeah.
But he would send us, because he was a night security guard drawing. Obviously, whatever he was guarding wasn't that important.
He did, yeah.
But
Stolen.
I would say we probably got 10 to 20 faxes
Sure,
a
yeah,
day,
yeah.
if not more. And
Yeah,
this
we're
went
not-
on
we'd
for
come in and they would-
a year. But eventually, we did grab a couple of them and do them.
Jim, yeah, we did. Jim
Yeah.
Neal was the Jim, and Jim's on. I saw Jim on Facebook. He posted on our Reaper Mini group page on
okay.
Facebook, and posted the original Sophie art.
Mm-hmm.
People were like, "Wow, that's crazy."
Yeah.
It was pretty neat.
So
Yeah. So, and Jim's a great guy, and they were neat, and they were neat. But yeah.
anyway,
So we
hopefully
always,
that answers.
yes, we always look at amateur artists, and we look at all artists. So, but yeah, design's the key.
Oh, wow. With Ron Loathing storing minis in a coffee can and me looking at a ton of new bones, are there any plans for Reaper to sell a mini storage solution?
Yeah,
Well,
it's called
we
a
are-
Folgers can. They're going to the grocery
Yeah.
store. Go get one.
They don't do them in cans anymore. I went to look the other day. It's
Oh.
now in plastic tubs.
Tin
but-
can.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true.
So,
Don't we have a prototype, Ed?
well, that's true. Now I take that back. We do have a prototype here, but
prototype,
this
yeah.
is came up as a
Yes.
project for a storage. Yeah.
Where are you going? You're leaving us all alone, unsupervised?
No. He's going to
just
dig.
going
That
over
was.
there?
It's an old thing. But anyway.
So everyone knows the Reaper pistol cases we use. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Big secret. Everyone knows them. Oh,
There we go.
It is. This is Reaper's new carrying case.
Carrying a case prototype.
Yeah,
Yes.
prototype.
Complete with minis. Yeah. And the plastic lid, of course, that keeps the dust off of your paint jobs and stuff.
Well, you know what? Just like you, it's
And you can just pick what you'd like to paint.
an enchanted relic, just like you.
I'd forgotten about
Thought
this.
that you're going for the actual new carrying case.
No.
It's not a carrying case. It's a
That
new.
is. You heard him in there.
Well, I guess you could, but there's not a lot you can carry in there.
Yeah.
We're redesigning our figure case, our box sets,
Yes.
We
Yes.
we have redesigned our box sets.
Our plastic container that you
Whoops.
see us use. All the learn to paint kits.
all
that
the learn
box
paint
sets.
kits, all the
Yes.
paint sets, the figure sets you see, online.
And we've redesigned it, and we've. I don't know when we'll start. A couple of months we'll start.
Soon.
We're working out the old inventory of boxes before we start weeding those in.
Right.
We'll get one on next week's show, but
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
actually be making them here. The tool's here. It's going to be made in the USA, but we're actually going to get another machine to also start being a larger machine to handle more molds and to do that, to produce that. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Made in the USA.
Made in the USA. In fact, it was some of the stuff we unloaded in the video.
Yeah, which you'll see on the Kickstarter big tomorrow. Then Justin, you're going to put that video up on YouTube as well, or
No, it's still a pistol case. It's about the same size. It's just a different design.
different design?
Yeah, it's got a little bit square. It helped the foam. We had the curves are neat, but there's a lot of weird stuff with it. So anyway, we
It's
sort of
just
fixed some
different.
problems.
It's
but
new
yeah.
and it's different.
Yeah.
It's cool. So Yeah, it definitely stacks.
Definitely stacks
Doesn't
a
really
lot better.
slide so much,
Yeah.
so. I'm just going to take these guys off.
Oh,
As
okay.
we're waiting for the next question from Justin. But
All
if he
right.
doesn't want to have
Well,
another
no, we
question,
have
I
that one
something
too
else.
that we
I-
get asked a lot, is the which is better to paint, bones or metal, which is a better model, and they would like us to give an example. Preference would be if we did a dragon rider model. Well, that's pretty specific, but as both metal and bones. So
Well,
we
funny
have.
you mentioned that.
Yeah, just so you mentioned
Just
it.
happen to have. Wow, it's so specific too.
Yeah.
A Dragon Rider model. Well, we have so many in our line.
Yes.
Oops,
There we go.
watch out.
So there they are.
There you go.
One's bones, one's metal.
They're both obviously metal, Ed. They're so crisp and clear and clean that they both got to be metal. Yeah.
I didn't know the difference till I picked them
I
up.
really, you know what?
I mean,
I at a glance, I know the difference. I know which one's which, but I can't tell. At just kind of glancing here on the table.
well, if you do have another question, let everybody keep watching it. Let them.
Alright,
Maybe
you can-
maybe he should be able
Yeah,
to put a
you guys
vote
can-
thing up, and y'all
yeah,
can vote.
you guys can vote.
The one
Which
with the
one's-
round base or the one with the square base.
Yeah.
You haven't seen us at Gen Con. We haven't been to Gen Con in a lot of years.
We put the part number on the front of the base of the one, so it's kind of
Well, you can give it away.
or whatever. Anyway, what about?
So
Gen Con?
anyway, we hadn't been to Gen Con. Is there any reason we haven't been able to attend? We haven't done Gen Con in a lot of years.
been a long time.
And it just, there was nothing really, it just didn't fit anymore. It's more for us, Turn Into Lifestyle Show, TSR, or WotC, excuse me, they quit going to Gen Con, and we really sort of align heavily to that crowd. So they do Origins now, and that's why we sort of moved everything over to Origins. That was part of it. It just was, it is.
That said, we always had fun at Gen Con.
Gen Con's an awesome show.
It is an awesome
Yes,
show.
yes.
I would love to go back to Gen Con.
Yes.
It's just not practical for us to do now.
Right.
Although personally, Gen Con was always such a blast.
It is.
It was such a
Oh,
blast.
tons of memories. I mean, coming from all
Tons
the
of
Milwaukee down to the new venue. It is. It's just in the shows. And this year, our show schedule is actually going to be pretty thin because we are pretty busy. It takes a lot to put that show together and put it on the road. They've been working on the Adepticon part of the road show now for a week, and it's got to ship, I think, on the 11th next
week,
month.
pretty
And,
soon, next
and there's
month.
actually, it takes a lot of resources. So when we're that busy, it just, we just have to make those decisions. It's not that we don't like the shows.
No,
but,
it's a lot of work to go up there and put on a show. Costs a lot of money
Yeah,
for the booth itself, for the travel, for the labor up there, for all that stuff.
the freight and everything.
It's very expensive, and then we sell little,
$2 and $3,
little blisters of
$4.
the guys.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so to make your money
yeah.
back, you have to turn a lot of stuff, but you have to sell so much you can't take that much because you don't have that much space.
Right.
So it's kind of it's not really a good fit for us from that perspective. anymore.
Perspective.
But
yeah.
Gen Con has a special place in my heart for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And the pack shows for us were much. I liked them because we were able to run our paint and takes in our booth, and that was a big. And we would push thousands of people through there. So the pack shows. In fact, we did the PAX one in January. But we haven't posted our show schedule yet, but it'll be a lot lighter after Adepticon this year, and then we'll
So-
see for next year.
Another question
Yes.
from it was a bit ago, since you guys get off
I'm
on
gonna
these
peek ahead.
tangents.
Mhm.
Yeah. Edra High. Edra. I'm sure I'm butchering it, but anyway, they want to know if we plan on doing any more animal miniatures in Bones material, and less of the fantasy type, more of the
Common animals
common animals, farm animals, wild animals. Yes.
like the cow, the goat, and the pig from the Dark Heaven animal pack.
Maybe.
Well,
But in Bones material.
it was those were a candidate in Bones at one point, and they just didn't make the cut for some particular reason or the other. Just saying. But maybe they'll come back.
I wonder who it was.
I don't
I
know.
can't. I'm
don't
not picking up any signs whatsoever.
Yeah, no. So next question.
Next question, it comes from, and I guess a couple of people are waiting on this,
Okay.
would be Cajun Mage. They want to know if we're going to get a Reaper Steel or Iron NMM paint triad.
Well, iron or steel, huh? Well, we've got gold, we've got silver, bronze, and copper. We do not have a steel NMM or an iron NMM triad? That's a good question. I bet
don't know.
Ann could probably give us
Ann would know
the specifics to.
And if you
specific
like that,
colors.
I'd find Curiel online as a painter. His NMM for steel and iron is just
I wonder
incredible.
if you could, because I'm sure he just doesn't use 3 colors, right? He probably uses.
Oh, I don't know. I know he uses all
range.
Reaper.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, it's a good question. An iron triad or a steel triad? That's a good question.
And the answer is I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell with me.
I
So I
suppose
don't
in
think
the
we
core
have.
colors
but,
range, there are some steels, aren't there? I don't have my.
we have all of these colors.
Hone
Now, whether or not
steel.
they've been put into a triad,
Yeah.
that's I don't think that. I don't know.
I should be shot right now because I don't know this answer. But
Well,
yeah.
hell, this isn't even Elvis. What's your favorite miniature from last year? This is a loaded question for him because he deals with the artists. So whichever one he chooses,
From last year, from 2018.
yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me think about that. We'll get back to the at the end of the show because I really don't know. There's some good ones.
Oh yeah.
There's some good ones. I don't know. That's hard to pick.
We see them all, and they're really. I mean, in the end of the day, they're all fun and they're all good. Don't really have it. In the old days, long time ago, when there wasn't very much to choose from, you could have favorites.
Well, Reaper
but-
Dave just chimed in. His favorite figure is 02074. Dave, that figure sucks. I don't know why you like it so much.
Didn't we ban him from the Twitch
I
channel
thought he was
and
banned.
YouTube at the same
Dave,
time? He keeps
Dave,
making
go
new,
unplug your
uh,
computer. You can't watch
Yeah,
it.
he keeps making new,
Making new
profiles.
usernames,
Yeah.
yeah.
02074.
Get out of here,
Good
Reaper
grief.
Dave.
It's terrible.
Uh,
And if you go look at that figure, if you want to know what Dave Pugh looks like, go look at 02074 and look in the little helmet with his little visor raised, and you'll see Dave smiling, which he doesn't do ever. But that's
true.
Dave's face. That looks like Dave.
Yeah, that
Sandy Garrity sculpted that to look.
Sculpted. She did at the time. Everybody working, not everybody, because I didn't get one, but a lot of people did. But a really good one, Cav Boss, is 2073. If you want to know what John Walker looks like, go look at that one. It's just spot on.
Chainmail and all.
Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, but yeah. Let's
So
see.
yeah, John and then Dave and then
And Crocus just
Miriam.
joined. Did he miss any big announcement? Yes, we gave you the winning lottery numbers, but
Missed it.
it disappeared.
We talked about the Bones Black model for March. Again, go look at that online on our
Yeah.
website. It's unfortunately it's on our previews tab on our Facebook page. It's under our previews tab under our. Oh my lord! I'm just what's wrong with me? Under the previews tab.
You're not a professional.
Well, I know. Go under models or figures or miniatures or whatever it's called. I don't even know anymore. Look for previews. It's under there.
Okay.
It's on Facebook,
Right.
under the Reaper group and the Reaper main page, and it's on Twitter right now too. And we'll be up on Instagram.
Oh, this is the painted one. Okay.
Yeah, the painted one. It'll be up on
on
Instagram tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Whenever Ed does it.
Yeah. Let's see, what else do we
Hopefully
have?
soon. Has that Dave guy written back yet? No? Okay, good. Have a
Okay.
drink, Ron. Well,
Oh, Redacted, he's got his vote in. He said the one with the hint number on the painted on the front. Thought it packed solely
Dead
minis
giveaway.
as skirmish bands like Frostgrave. Let's see. Okay, I've got a question. Some of your bones are out of stock in the online store, like the Vermilion Spider 77126. Is this because their production is being moved, or did you discontinue, or because of unpopularity? Was really only one bones model we've discontinued, and that would have been the stalagmite-stalactite set.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's just currently probably just a supply issue at the moment for that one.
can you kind of explain the supply, the way we order our things, the way they're produced, and how we get them, and then just explain the whole supply chain of bones.
That's a
nutshell.
complicated question.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, okay. The easy thing is that we, man, I don't know how. You're talking about out on the floor how it works, or just how we're getting it in. What is your?
So once we order it, it shows up here in a big container.
Right.
We unload it. I'll explain it.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Comes in, and we have to order a certain quantity every time.
Usually, yeah, 10, 12,000 at minimum. That kind of thing.
right,
Thousands. Yeah.
So they come in, and we break them down, put them in packages, put them up for sale online, and they start selling through.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They count the inventory monthly,
and then-
or every 3 weeks now. Yeah.
And there are times when the inventory and the orders just sort of, I don't know, we run out. Let's just
Right.
put it that way. Because ideally you're going to reorder before it runs out, and you'll have this constant.
Mm-hmm.
But every now and then some things go out of stock. You just don't have them. And this is the case of the Spider right now. It's in transition from being out of stock into becoming into stock. So
How far do we have to order in advance? Just really depends on the volume that it goes with it.
yeah,
A very popular item will come up every 30 days, and then other items like the stalagmite-stalactite set, we still had those left over from the original Bones Kickstarter years ago. So it's just really a cycle like that. It takes them, depending on all sorts of weird factors, 30 days to 90 days to actually
But here's the
translate
deal.
it here.
If something's very, very popular and sells out in a month or 3 months,
We're ordering huge quantities.
but the other thing is you can't just go order that by itself. You have
Right.
to order it for the sake of filling your container. You've got to
Yes.
order a lot of things. So you're kind of having to wait until you can get that container filled.
But we
before
do generally, we can fill a container or
do-
two now as a month, but it's still.
Right, but the things
Yeah.
do run out,
Yes.
and you can't order it by itself. So you have to wait, and then unfortunately it'll go out of stock. So we've beat
And
the-
also, too, space for us across the street and here and everything else is an issue. We are, to translate containers, and when we order the box sets in, you're going to get over that week 5, 6, 7, 8 containers. And then they've all got to go somewhere and be processed and everything else. It's quite really, if you ever get a chance, come to town, and you're in the Metroplex, DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area, we're about 30 minutes north of the airport. Stop by, take the tour, you'll get to see it all. It's really quite a lot of poetry in motion. So, what else do we have? Because we're coming up on an hour here.
Really?
So, yeah.
Crow.
Yeah.
They want to know if we're going to make any more of the Pathfinder Rune Lords.
Well, I know I haven't been asked to sculpt any, so that's going to have to be a Ron question.
Once Ed sculpts them all, yes, all the Rune Lords will be out.
So Ed will do some concept art and then sculpt it.
Yeah, he'll
and
do the
then-
concept art, then he'll sculpt from his concept art, and we'll get them produced.
Oh, liver puncher. Ed, have you ever considered teaching a class on the business of miniatures? You have a wealth of knowledge. I'm sure, yes. Actually, we have done that, and that is something we can do here. If you want to learn how to run a miniatures company, take a week of your time, and we could run you through everything. But it takes on, depending on, if you wanted to learn what we've done in the past, you'd need to be here about 3 weeks. And that takes you through all of it. And so we'll generally, and we open up a lot of information. If you're real serious about learning it, we can run you through it. Now, doing a class at shows or conventions and panels, you really can't cover enough information to make it worthwhile.
So you
Yeah.
can do, you can do
We could probably do a ReaperCon class and see. I mean, we could always throw that out there. It's really, honest to be, it'd be more information and more interesting too on running a Kickstarter. That's an elaborate
you could
operation
call it
when we
how to
get
pay
that
your-
set up.
How to pay your dumbass tax is what you
Yeah.
could call it.
Yeah, there we go. Yes, I can't
good
think
at
of his
that.
name, but the how to paint minis that don't suck. Yeah.
Yeah, how not to suck, John Bonham.
Oh.
Another question, and actually. I remember
Oh,
this
wait,
from
real
earlier.
quick. Legendary encounters. A couple have asked
I
that.
was about to ask.
Oh,
that.
well, then you go
There we
ahead. Sorry.
We're on the same page here. Ed.
Good job, boys.
That's scary. Go ahead.
So answer
What's
the
the
question.
question?
I mean, you guys. Oh, so we're on the same page.
Yes, legendary
Oh,
encounters.
okay.
Next question. What?
Okay. Legendary encounters.
They want to know, Ed. I'll just go ahead and ask. They want to know if it's ever coming back.
Man, these are complicated questions.
No, it's never coming
Yes,
back.
it'll
oh,
be
it is?
back.
Okay, fine. It's coming back. I don't know.
No.
Yes. Maybe. The
Maybe.
answer is
Yes,
maybe.
a definite maybe.
Then for everything. Terrain, maybe.
Yeah.
Dragons with tails or trolls with tails, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
There's a slot and a time and a place, and we will revisit that. I believe for surely we'll revisit it. It's just not at this moment being talked
It was
about.
a really, really great line. It really
Yeah.
did well. It
Yes.
really did do well. We just weren't ready at the time.
Correct.
Just
That
not
was
ready.
really a lot of it. We were organizationally a much smaller company. Maybe 20 people on past staff. The space was a lot smaller, and
Yeah.
boy, that was quite a hard watermelon to swallow. And so it was easier to walk away and do it right later than to keep doing it wrong
Yeah.
and then really mess it up.
It'd be cool to have pre-painted plastic minis for sure. But dang. Yeah.
Dumbass tax is nice. Yes, dumbass, just make sure, because I've had some people misinterpret. That phrase is something we use around here, and then what it is the first time you do something, you learn so much. Oh, next time we won't do this. Next time we won't do that. That's what we call dumbass taxes. It's
Yeah.
not actually paying money.
Sometimes it
taxes.
is though. Well,
Yes.
Dumbass.
And Ron, are we going to get more cat folk?
Yeah. I
Oh,
talked
so
to-
that's not one of those maybe amorphous kind of answers.
No, that's not.
Oh, okay.
Does your troll have tails? I don't know. But catfolk, yeah, heck yeah, we
We
are.
only get catfolk if he sculpts them.
And they won't look like
Yeah.
cats.
Yeah.
Hey,
Skeleton cat.
he is a cat.
Yeah. Goose is much cuter than he can sculpt.
And Goose is in Casket Works a long time ago.
Yeah. I was talking to Julie Guthrie. Look at me name dropping. I was talking to Julie Guthrie on Monday, and she said, Ron, I've got 3 new catfolk for you. Do you want those? I was like, oh, hell yeah, I want those. Yes, of course I want those. And tell your slacker husband to do something while he's at it. Bob Rodolphin.
Oh, you're going to hear about that one tomorrow. You know that.
If they're watching.
Yeah.
I don't think they know what Twitch is.
They do, I'm sure.
I think Bob would
I
be-
remember I made the comment where Gus never watches the show. Don't worry, give us the real truth. Oh hell, I got back downstairs and I'm like, I watch every show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Bob may fall asleep while he's watching this. Okay.
So anyway,
All right.
anything
Well,
else? Does that cover it all?
It never covers it all.
It doesn't.
Never covers it all.
It really doesn't.
But-
So, what's the answer?
Oh. Yeah. So the square is the metal. The round is the
heavy head, yes.
plastic.
They're both,
li-
yes,
live
for all
bloopers,
intents and
folks,
purposes,
live
they're both the
bloopers.
same.
Look at that.
That's
Look
the
at that.
bones.
Look at. Uh-oh, I think I broke it.
Yeah.
Oh, I did break it. It was just glued together. Jennifer Meller painted this one.
It's very well good. That's
Yeah,
good,
it's awesome. Jennifer Meller painted this. Jennifer, if you're watching, your painting guide for painting this, we'll put it up as soon as you get it done.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And this one's the metal one painted by Ann Forster.
It's really and they're both for sale, and it really depends.
just-
In the end, it's not about how expensive or whatever it is. It's just what fits your budget
you
and
like?
what you want to try and do and what
What
you
do you
like.
wanna do?
One's $12, one's $45.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
The history on this was it was our 1,000th
Dark
miniature.
Heaven miniature. Yeah.
And so we commissioned Sandra Garrity to do it, and
Werner Klock did the
the
writer.
writer, and it's been pretty iconic.
Yeah. So, who wins the thing? It doesn't matter. It's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
If someone's
nobody
winning
wins.
something, where do they need to reach out?
As
Oh, that's
as
a great question.
As a reminder,
That's
actually,
a great
yes.
question.
If we've read your
you've got
question,
questions, what?
well, if we've read your question today, make sure to reach out to.
Yeah, if we read, go. You say it.
No, you got it. I
If
want to
we've-
see if you
I'll
remember
read
the
your
email,
lips. If
Ron.
we've read your
I wanna see
questions
if you-
for the day,
Yeah, go
reach
ahead.
out to reaperlive at reapermedia.com and
All right,
Justin
Ron
will
won a
send
prize because he
you-
actually got it this first.
No, it's
time.
Jason.
Justin will send you some earbuds.
And he also, we were talking
And
today about his,
mouse
we don't know
pad.
if it's a boy or a girl, but if you have any children name suggestions you want to see, be sure and add those to Justin's email.
So
Please don't include that
next
in the
week
email.
we won't be live. Next week we will not be live.
No, we'll be
We're
taping.
back to our analog old
Yes.
video
Yes.
recorded self on the camcorder.
But this is fun. I really like doing it live. This is a lot of fun.
Because if you screw up,
Well, you screw up.
that's it.
Yeah.
You're toast.
I've done real good.
You've been good.
Yeah.
Don't start talking over me now. So if you have questions, send them to reaperlive at reapermini.com.
Yes. And social media, it's YouTube, Twitter, Facepalm, Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitch, which we're on. So you get to any of them. MySpace, it doesn't matter.
Also
have
make-
fun, go there. See, no, you were talking over me. That was
Wrap
a
it
run
up.
on me.
That's what we do. We wrap
Go.
it up fast. If you want to, and please stay up with. See, you've got me flustered now.
Oh yeah.
Stay up to date with all the latest news at www.reapermini.com.
And if you want to see what the new website's going to look like, click on the right side, the wherever the UK flag is.
Yeah,
look
go
for the
click on
jack and click on that, and you'll see sort of where we are with that. But it's still a work in process for all the
Yeah.
pretties and that.
There's
kind
more
of
stuff coming on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But functionality, if you look at the functionality and play with it, you'll see.
Yeah.
But don't order anything from it because you'll be paying.
Yeah, you don't order from it. Yeah,
Actually,
it'll ship from Britain.
shipping will be
a
expensive.
question right before the bell here because
Well,
it's-
sorry,
it's-
we're out of time.
It's been literally phoned in.
Really?
Purple
this from
Cow
Dave?
Ninja. Purple Cow Ninja.
That's got to be Dave.
No.
Is that
no,
another
was not
reroll?
Dave.
No, it's another special Reaper, right?
Another special Reaper
Paul.
ride. He's actually yes. Look at you.
It's Paul.
You got it. He wants to know if we're gonna get any more 5e races. He doesn't even play D&D.
Never even heard of it.
He's never even heard of D&D.
What's 5e?
5E's drone racing. Tell him yes. There's going to be a ton of races and we'll be drone racing in the 5E arena. Excuse me, that's 5G. We're not there yet, so I guess the answer is no. We're only still
We're
at
on
4G.
E. Oh, we're on G.
Right.
We're going backwards?
4E or 4, whatever it is.
Whatever.
It's a confusing question.
Well, G comes after E, but
If
Whatever.
no, we're going backwards. We start at Z and go backwards. We're wasting time. Is literally we're just wasting time.
Yes.
So,
Where's Reaper Dave when you need him?
oh Lord, go look at 02074. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone in Twitch land. Thanks for watching tonight. Really had a great time. Had fun. Too bad we didn't get to answer all the questions on here, but a lot of great comments. We'll have to go back and read through all those.
Yes.
So, I'm Ron Hawkins.
Ed Pugh, enjoyed it. Glad y'all are here.
We'll see
Really
you
like
next
doing it
week.
live.
I'm glad
next
you guys
week.
dropped
And we'll-
by. Have a
And
good
we'll
night.
see you next week. Oh my God.
And we'll do it next
Seriously.
week. Next week.
I quit. I quit. I can't do this
You're
anymore.
not a professional
I
anyway.
can't do this. This is.